Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our fun Zoom. And our next fun Zoom, for those of you who are keeping track and want to save the date, will be August 9th, again at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And so this month is kind of a different month for us. We're going to be tackling lots of different issues. We're going to start out with our women's health nurse practitioner, Sandy Curtis, and then we will have Dr. Marie Summers, and then I will finish us up. So, Sandy, you take it away.
Okay, good morning, everybody. It is clear, when I'm talking to people that we're all prioritizing not only our own personal wellness, but the foods and the environmental toxins that are impacting all of our loved ones, our spouses, our kids, grandkids, anyone that we care for that is really within that zone of love within our lives. So that's why we decided today to talk a little bit more about our essential oil use with some of these people. And I'm talking about the little ones, the kiddos. The doTERRA Kids Collection. Now, you may or may not be super familiar with it, but I think we can all use a little reminder. I found when I dug into it this week and started looking back at it that it was a great reminder for me what a great tool this is. So this is the Kids Collection. It's a set of essential oil blends that are designed specifically to meet the unique needs of children. And I love that this collection gives us a natural way to support kids' minds, bodies, emotions throughout some of their hectic daily routines and life adventures. And keep in mind that this set is also perfect for big kids or the adults in our lives that are looking for solutions and may have sensitive skin, maybe older folks who appreciate a lighter touch with the oils. So the doTERRA Kids Collection, it's a whole body wellness solution that really empowers parents and other caregivers to more confidently address all of those common life challenges. Now, each blend in this collection is formulated with the delicate skin and the developing minds of children in mind and their bodies. So, what is in this collection? There are 7 unique essential oil blends, and each one focuses on specific needs and concerns. Now, they come in convenient roll-on bottles that we've become so accustomed to with our touch rollers and the rollers that we so often make. They're super easy for kids and adults to apply topically. They're pre-diluted with our own doTERRA's fractionated coconut oil, which is wonderful. I love that. So they're gentle and they're safe for sensitive skin. It comes in super kid-friendly packaging. You've got to love the packaging. There are bright labels and color-coded carabinas on the tops to help them take them along with them. They can attach them easily to a backpack, a purse, a bag of any kind, a gym bag. So they're easy to take along. They're designed for that. They come with instructional flashcards that really provide guidance on how to use each blend. So they're super easy. You flip through for many ages. This one says, it just clearly says steady is the grounding blend. And when you flip that card over, it gives you a little one line for those times when you feel nervous or anxious. Rub steady on your neck and wrists to calm and comfort your emotions. Clear, simple instructions for using it. The carrying case keeps it all super nice and mobile. You can zip it up, you can pack it and take the whole case with you wherever you're going. Now, each blend, like I said, has unique properties and benefits. So the Thinker blend, or also known as the Focus blend, this one, and I'm not going to list off all of the individual oils in each one of these. I'll leave that to you you can dig into your doTERRA account and click on it and read more deeply about the individual oils in them. But if you think about like the Focus blend, it has vetiver and peppermint and an assortment of other oils that really help with focus. It's designed to aid with that concentration. Can be used during homework or study time. Calmer is the Restful blend. This one has, of course, lavender, Roman chamomile, and a number of other calming oils. It's really great for promoting relaxation. It's ideal for bedtime routines. What a great thing to just roll on the bottoms of a child's feet, you know, at bedtime when you're reading a story or just getting ready to get tucked in. It can be applied to the bottoms of the feet or the back of the neck before going to bed, or whenever calming is needed. It isn't always necessarily bedtime, especially when we think of the ups and downs that our kiddos go through. The Stronger Protective blend is a blend that has cedarwood, frankincense, a number of other oils, again, that really support overall wellness. And this one can be used in times of increased environmental threats and things like that, whenever you're feeling threatened or maybe not feeling your very best. Tamer, I love this one. I actually have one of these in my own bathroom and I roll it on my belly every morning. I think it's just a great way to start out the day. Has some of those great oils that help with our digestive system. Ginger, spearmint, Japanese peppermint is one of the very special ones in this. It's great for just soothing, and a soothing abdominal massage. Use it before long car rides or after eating, whenever a little digestive support is needed. Rescuer is the soothing blend. So think of things like copaiba, lavender. This is a wonderful blend. Again, has calming properties, but really promotes feelings of resilience. You can apply it to tired legs at the end of a day or just to help reduce tension. And Steady is the grounding blend. How many people around you need a little extra grounding? So balsam fir, magnolia, some of those wonderful oils that help to keep us grounded. Use this again on the wrists, on the back of the neck during those times of distress. And Brave is the Courage blend. This one has all of those wonderful oils that are designed to promote feelings of confidence and courage. And it can really be used along with feelings, with some of those positive affirmations that help us to get through the day, that help us to get our family members through the day, maybe going into a new situation, a new school, a meeting, whatever it might be. This is a great blend to roll on. So think about safety considerations when you're using essential oils with children. It's always important to supervise their use. Now, although they are pre-diluted, if you have a very, very young child or an older person with super, super sensitive skin, you may still want to add a little bit more fractionated coconut oil. It's easy to just put a little bit right in your hand, put it on that spot and then roll over it. Or you can actually open up your roller bottle and dilute it a little bit more. Always teach them to avoid putting oils in their eyes, in their ears, or their mouth, or any other sensitive body areas. So supervision is key. And remember that some citrus oils can cause sun sensitivity, so avoid using them first thing in the morning before the kids are going out for a lot of play in the sun. So the Kids Collection gives us this convenient and empowering way to use our essential oils to support the well-being of so many people in our lives. And with these 7 blends and their focus on safety and the kid-friendly features. It is such a valuable tool for so many of us to have handy. So like I said, I really urge you to explore this one a little bit more online. It would be a great gift if you have any people in your life that that you'd like to gift this to. Just look under kits and collections, then click on collections and scroll down until you come to that kids collection. And always remember too that the individual bottles, as if you find especially one in the collection that is getting used a lot more than the other one, when one is getting low, you can replace them one at a time. You don't have to replace the whole set. The only time that you will get these pretty silicone color-coded tops and the carabiners and the case and the flashcards is when you order the entire set. But you can always order one bottle at a time to replace it whenever you like. And they're very inexpensive. So have fun sharing your oils in a safe way with your kiddos. Now, for my DIY this month, I decided that it was time to bring back a summertime must-have favorite in your home. Clearly, because it's one that I grab, it is bug season, and I love my Itch Stop roller. So easy to make. Everybody should have one of these rolled, all mixed up and rolled, ready to roll on in their house. So in a 10 ml size bottle, you're going to add 20 drops each of 3 different oils: lavender, tea tree, and peppermint. 3 of our most common must-have oils, 20 drops of each in that roller bottle, and then fill it up with your fractionated coconut oil. Shake it up. It works so well to relieve the itch following bug bites or even contact with some irritating plants. All the things that we're doing outside can cause those itchy symptoms. So this is better than anything I've ever tried, commercial or otherwise. So I hope that you don't need to use it a lot, but if you do, you'll be glad that you mixed one up and that you've got it for those emergency moments. So that's all for me this morning. I'm going to pass you off to the lovely Dr. Marie, who is going to give you some great information about comfort today.
Good morning, everybody. Sandy, thank you so much. And I love those kids' kits. And with our grandkids on their birthdays, the older ones, they each got one of those kits. And I love when you spoke about how empowering, because rather than going and looking for something, whatever, they can go and get something healthy, read it, and just support their body that way. Thank you for that reminder, because I don't think my Stella has one. So I need to up my game on that. But you're right. I'm here to talk about comfort today with all of our delicious deep blue products. And there's so many. Look at this array that they give us in different ways that we can support our body. And this month, when you place a PV order, because it's our product of the month, a 125 PV order, you're going to get this deep blue 5 ml deep blue bottle, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. You get that free. So if you love these products, obviously I own every one of them, so we love them, that you'll want to take advantage of that free 5 ml. And then the stick, which I'm also going to talk about, is 10% off this month. So this has its own delicious way of supporting our body. Again, we'll go into that in a second. But first, I'm going to talk about the deep blue oil. Hopefully everybody has had it and tried it. If not, you're going to want to after today. So it's a combination of oils: wintergreen, camphor, peppermint, helichrysum, omanthus, blue tansy, German chamomile. Now, when it comes out, it has a blue tinge to it. And that's because of the blue tansy, can't really see it, and the German chamomile. But don't worry if you, and I've tried this on a skirt, I dropped some on purpose. Oh man, that smell, delicious. If you drop it on your clothing, because of the purity of these oils, it doesn't stain. And I literally have tried that, so I can attest to that. So the way that it works is it impacts by signals in immunoregulation in our body, and it modulates and because of the combination, the chemical constituents in wound healing. And it signals, I asked, just gonna look at something for 1 second. It helps with swelling and soreness in our body. If any of our appendages end up swelling a little bit, it definitely helps with that because it signals these messages in the body, and therefore it will send nutrients, it sends oxygen and increases blood flow. And that's why when we increase blood flow, it kind of gets warm, and you can feel that, and you'll feel it even more so when you put on some of the products, because we want healing to go to that area and to decrease that swelling, particularly if something is painful topically. Um, and we want to not necessarily mask our symptoms. We want to allow the body to add different nice products to help heal it on its own. Because if we're masking symptoms, we're really not being able to see what's going on. And for me as a naturopath, that's really important, because how can you treat somebody if you don't know the underlying cause, what's going on? Maybe somebody, I had somebody this week that their dogs don't mind very well when they go for a walk, and he was, like being yanked on all the time, opposed to having a contusion or something from a fall. So I always like in this brain to know what's leading up to it, and then we can combat it in different ways with these fabulous deep blue products. And so it triggers healing by this process, by these different chemical compounds and constituents in these oils. Methyl salicylate is one of them, menthol, eupatol, camphor, all organic molecules. And you can look up on drugs.com. It's a fabulous site, and it will give you the specific chemical constituents to see what they can do. And like Sandy said, you can look things up. I really encourage people to look things up. Definitely go to this drugs.com, because then you have more skin in the game. All of us here, we tell people things all the time, but I think, and Roxanne and I had this conversation one time. When you look it up and you put the time in, that tells me that you're taking your health a little bit more seriously than us just kind of giving you all the information. So I encourage you to do that. And when you go to a site like that and you look up these, you can see that this is science-based. This isn't just woo-woo stuff that we're talking about out of the tops of our heads or something. And doTERRA has done a really good job with that. So the methyl salicylate topically, when you use it on your skin to relieve minor discomforts, if we've gone down a ladder wrong, or bruises, or any of those kinds of pains, it's like a natural aspirin. And to me, I always like to go the natural way first. So with the science that has been done in all of these, and the combination of all those magnificent oils, we just can't go wrong. So you can use it topically, the oil, and I dropped my cap a second ago, but use my feet. It's got this child-proof cap. So I really like that about that. So that is a warning that you don't take this internally. You can add it to lotion to rub on you if you don't happen to have the deep blue rub in the tube. You can add it to fractionated coconut oil for more deeper penetration. And that way there, it doesn't like flash off, because essential oils, they're volatile, meaning that they quickly change into a liquid, into a gas. So when you mix it with a fat like fractionated coconut oil. It's lipid based, so it stays more concentrated to the area, which I love for that when you have an area in particular that needs that loving attention. So that's a great way to use the oil. You can also diffuse it. Like when I put this on at the beginning, I still can smell this. So I'm like a human diffuser right now. And I don't know if any of you have ever experienced that before. I'll have on my oils. Um, and I love like Whisper is one of my favorite oils. And people say, Marie, what perfume have you got on? I said, oh, honey girl, I would never have perfume on, but I have my essential oils on, and it just happens to be whatever it might be. So being that human diffuser is just a fabulous, fun kind of way. Um, and then I also, if I am diffusing it, I have diffused it before with Serenity and Balance. And what a combination. When you think what balance does, kind of like building us back up, and the Serenity, that calming, all things that Sandy just talked about as well. It's just a delicious blend. You can also add it to a roller blend. And somebody that has, like problems with their knees or something, in a 10 ml bottle, I might add 25 drops of Deep Blue with fractionated coconut oil. Somebody that's just having like, maybe some issues with their thumbs or something. For myself, I'll just add 10 drops in a bottle. But I can get very lazy, I must say, and I just order the doTERRA rub. I mean, the doTERRA touch. So it's already broken down. It has the beautiful metal roller bottle, and it just rolls on beautifully. So again, if you have an area that needs targeted, this is already lipid base. So what a perfect way to do it. If you don't have a roller bottle, but you do want the convenience of just having that, it's just really fabulous. Then the stick. This stick, I love. I love it. I love all of it. But I love this one particular because they have been very wise and they have blended it with copaiba. And we've talked about copaiba before, and you can go on and Dr. Hill and Dr. O do a fabulous YouTube. And I'll put it up on my holistic page just in case people haven't seen it. But it talks about the power of copaiba. It's an awesome little video. So this is very handy to put in your gym bag to take to the gym or any sports events or things like that. It offers a really powerful, targeted relief in a fast action kind of solid. I don't know if I opened it. So it's just like put up like our frankincense stick. It's that same stick, okay? The chemistry, it's got like this woodsy, flowery, herby kind of scent to it as well. The chemical alchemy shares with us, it's got these white flowers and they turn blue in oil distillation. And doTERRA, with their oil distillation process, so many of their oils, they're just so pure. But they end up with this product called choline, and it's the azure blue and from the blue root. And so I don't know if that's why it's probably why they called it deep blue, because of that, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So anyways, great for workouts if you're sore, plus you get the aroma, and it soaks in beautifully to these targeted areas. Peppermint is one of the main components of this. It's menthol, it's freshy, it's minty, it's got that aroma. And when you put it on your skin, it particularly interacts with different receptors. So it has that cooling kind of feeling. And I love, I have been using a spray bottle with the peppermint during this heat because it definitely cools you down. Um, and the body's really smart and it knows how to target different areas. So back to the soreness issue, it will just like all hands on deck to help you out. What I also like about the stick opposed to the oil. The oil, if you get it on your fingers and then you aren't thinking and you go to rub your eyes or you go to the bathroom, woohoo, it can be a little tingling, I will say. So you can avoid that by using this. And it's just easy and convenient to apply. Quickly, I'm just going to say they also have the deep blue rub in these little packets, which I tend to keep with me a lot because people in my farm world in particular, I always have aches, and I just happen to say, try one of these packets. And they're like, oh, these are amazing. So keep these around because we all know loved ones that have aches and pains. And this is just another way to help support them. And sometimes too, I've been with somebody that might have injured something. And what a great way to touch, particularly our elderly people that don't get touched, to just rub their hands or rub their elbows or their knees or something. So not only are we supporting them on an emotional level, we're supporting them with our body and just by that delicious touch that we can give them. Then I also, let's see, I talked about, oh, the deep blue comes in a big bottle or the tube. And it's not greasy at all, by the way, folks. I love how this just spreads right on. And then last but not least, the capsules. So I look at the deep blue rub as healing from the outside in. The deep brew capsules, I look at healing from the inside out. And again, that person that got yanked on by his dogs, I had them taking this with the copaiba and then rubbing the stick. So I know I've given you a lot of information today, ladies, about all of these magnificent deep blue products. Please take advantage of the product of the month and the 10% off on the stick. And now I'm going to turn you over to our most fabulous Roxanne. And thank you and blessings to you all. And stay comforted.
Thank you, Marie. Now, did you want to give your DIY?
I always forget that. Roxanne, thank you very much. Yes. Here, I have it right here. So we are having a blend. I doubled this recipe because I have this very cute little jar that I wanted to use. So this is my jar. So again, I'm doubling the recipe. So I added a half a cup of baking soda. So for my detoxes, when I tell some of my clients that I want them to do a detox, I love Epsom salts and baking soda together. So that's why I wanted that. So I have here a half a cup of baking soda. Then I'm going to add 1 cup of Epsom salts. I go through a lot of Epsom salts. This is one of the best kept secrets in America, I swear. So this is, okay, so I'm going to add that. Okay, half a cup. We got that. Then I am going to add 3 drops, but I'm going to add 6 drops of deep blue. I'm going to add uh, 2 drops, I'm going to stick to the recipe, 2 drops of lavender, and 4 drops of our delicious frankincense. Okay. Then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of fractionated coconut oil. We're going to mix it all up. And just for the sake of time, because I probably took too much time today, I'm going to mix this all up. And then I use this in canning. So I can easily pour right from my jar here, my delicious little bath soak. Trying to remember what I called it. Let me see what I have here quickly. Ice bath salts. So what I would do from this is use a couple tablespoons in your bath. And if people are trying to detox, we have so many heavy metals and things in our bodies. I suggest 3 Epsom salts tubs a week to some of my clients. So with this, if you're adding a couple tablespoons, try to sit in there for 15 minutes. You're absorbing magnesium and all these nutrients that we seem to be deficient of. And you are going to have the most delightful ice bath salt recipe that you're going to want to try. And I look forward to hearing everybody's results. And I apologize and forget my DYI. Roxanne, you always keep me in line. You're just a gift.
No apologies needed, Marie. And with the deep blue in there, we're not going to hurt. When we get out of that tub, we are going to be much more comfortable. It's very
Amen.
soothing, very, very
Right, right.
so
Thank you.
much. So that was great hearing again about the kids' collection, which is also really good for anyone who is sensitive to strong smells. I got a recent customer who says, I really don't like strong smells. Can I smell that? Can I smell this? And I've been saying the kids' collection is really what you're going to want for your oils if you are that sensitive to certain smells. Now, I'm going to change directions a little bit here. And you know what? We can always order one money saving enrollment kit per month. So, what do you need? Um, a lot of people think the enrollment kit is just at the time of starting your, shoot, somebody's trying to call me here. Sorry, I lost my whole screen. And so it's not just for enrollment time. We can order a single enrollment kit every month if we wish, because that's a money saving way to replenish several oils that you might have used up in your collection. So never hesitate to do that. And so, what are you needing right now? Are you needing first response oils for your camp, your home bathroom, your garden shed, or your work vehicle? Then the Healthy Start Kit is your best bet to be ready for anything that might happen. The Healthy Start Kit basically is 10 5 milliliter oils at 83 drops per bottle. And that will serve you well for quite a while. And so, what's in there? We've got lemon, lavender, peppermint. We've got Digest, Send, Breathe, On Guard. We've got oregano, tea tree, blue, and I'm missing one. Which one am I missing? Anyway, but that is one way, and somebody's going to shout it out, I know, for the Healthy Start Kit. But anyway, that is one fabulous way to, and it's very affordable. You're going to save money by buying all those little oil bottles at once, and you get a free diffuser too. And who can't use an extra diffuser? Now, what about that college student who's about ready to leave home next month? The Healthy Start Kit will also work beautifully for their needs through their challenging year. I personally would add to that order a Correct X. A Correct X is our very, very safe version of Neosporin ointment. But of course, Neosporin is made with a base of petroleum. We don't want to be putting petroleum on our body to absorb petroleum, do we? And this little tube is very affordable and very easy to carry in a purse, a backpack, a lunchbox, whatever you need for those times when you get some kind of skin irritation that needs your attention. And before you apply a Band-Aid, you can apply a little bit of the Correct X ointment. And it's so small and a much better option to keeping skin imperfections or unexpected happenings from going sideways. Now, how about their level of stress with new friends? Tough assignments, strange living arrangements, or changing relationships with romance, professors, or teams. The adaptive system, which I did, oh, So the adaptive system has the adaptive capsules, which I personally use one first thing every morning just to get my day started off right. And you can use two a day if you wish. And that I will do when I'm in especially hard situations, like my husband's open heart surgery in April. That was pretty stressful. So I was using two a day on that. And honestly, I was shocked at how level-headed and non-reactive those adaptive capsules kept me. I also had the adaptive roller in my pocket at all times because in between taking the capsules, if I was suddenly facing lots of new medical information, new machines he was being placed on, doctors talking to us and so forth, nurses explaining this and that, I was giving myself that extra calming, non-reactive boost as well as more focus because the adaptive system does help us to focus better. And of course, the adaptive oil, which I've got out in my kitchen right now and I can't grab it, but the adaptive oil is one that I am constantly diffusing, especially in my car, because you never know with all the crazies on the road out there and all the construction we're having to deal with and all the traffic, especially on the summer weekends here in Maine, what we're dealing with. So the adaptive oil in my car diffuser, or even just smelling it straight from the bottle before I turn the car on, is a very, very good strategy to help my day. So with our college students especially, it's going to help them to not melt down or self-medicate with their friends for things that are not going well. And self-medication will get you in trouble down the road. So we don't want that. Are you traveling this summer and fall? How about a simple solutions kit that contains the big deep blue rub? And this is a huge tube that will last quite a long time. And it also contains three oils, 15 milliliter bottles, which each contain at least 250 drops per bottle of lemon, on guard, and serenity. Just what a busy family may need as they tour new and exciting places, get worn down in fun ways, get exposed to lots of germs along the way, and may need a little sleep support to be ready for the next adventure. And this may be just the ticket for that athlete in the family too, or the college freshman leaving home for the first time. Remember how it was when we first went away? I remember being a ball of nerves and excitement, sitting in the back seat as my parents were driving me off to Springfield College. And that was 4 hours away, so I had lots of time to start ruminating and start fixating on things that maybe weren't helpful for me. But I was getting ready to meet my new college roommate and thinking I wasn't as confident as I had been many months before as I read that early acceptance letter from Springfield. So many things to deal with, right? My oils could have helped me back then so much. Maybe I would not have picked up so many germs and needed to miss classes or struggle getting to them. Perhaps my newly erratic sleep patterns could have contributed to that too. We sure have learned a lot since those days about what keeps us well. Now, changing, and of course, the sleep system is another great way that we can support ourselves and our family members who are going off to their big adventure. Maybe it's a new job, it could be the military, it could be college, who knows what it is. But the sleep system is going to be helpful as well, especially for those occasional nights when they can't turn their mind off. You get up, go to the bathroom, put on, pop a Serenity soft gel, and probably within 15 minutes, you'll be back to sleep where you should be and getting good restful help for your next day. Switching our attention to other summer challenges for our neighbors who have dealt with tragic weather events and losses. The doTERRA's Emergency Relief Hygiene Kit contains the following: a doTERRA, uh, do I have it? I have a doTERRA, nope, I don't. Yes, I do, right here. Nope, I thought I grabbed it, but I do not have my Tea Tree Touch right in front of me. Tea Tree Touch is a roller, very, very supportive for any germs we might run into or have some kind of skin injuries that we want to help heal, so forth like that. So in the kit will be the Tea Tree Touch, very easy to transport, very easy to use. It's a no-brainer for use. You just rub it on where you think you might need it. Or say you've eaten something or you're questioning the water supply or whatever, you rub it on your belly, you rub it wherever you think you need it. Bottom of the feet, you'll never go wrong. There's a towel in the kit, there's a toothbrush, some adhesive bandages, some deep blue rub samples like Marie showed us, some protecting shampoo and daily conditioner sample packets, some doTERRA On Guard toothpaste samples, a hand sanitizing gel, or currently right now what's going out in the kits because they kind of ran out of the gel and they're waiting for resupply, restocking, would be the doTERRA On Guard sanitizing mist. Again, helping you in a situation where the water has, gotten into your home, onto your belongings, in your car, wherever it might be, where they've had all the flooding this summer. And then a bag. This all comes in a nice little bag that can actually be used as a drinking pouch as well. So this is a donation item. As such, it will not be shipped in your own order. You can place that order with your next order if you wish to, or put it in as an instant rewards order. Those of us on the reward system, you don't want to miss out on your rewards anytime you can get them. And each kit is worth 25 PV, so that contributes to your rewards. And they're available at $25 each in a single pack, a 4 pack, or a 20 pack, however you wish to make your donation. And what happens is doTERRA will send them off to areas of biggest need. And then some local doTERRA wellness advocates will be enlisted to help distribute them. Okay, so that is about our doTERRA Emergency Relief Hygiene Kit, which of course our Healing Hands Foundation totally supports, and which we love about our company, always reaching out and trying to be helpful for people. Now, another thing that we may not have thought of this summer, somebody else wants from me, a Terra Shield. Essential oils can be such a great defense against seasonal threats like ticks, mosquitoes, and other pests when we use them appropriately. So the Terra Shield is one natural option we can use, applying it to the arms, legs, neck, and diffuse it on your patio or your porch or your in your backyard area where you're going to be barbecuing. Before going outside, you can apply this before you go out to your summer barbecue, out to your garden, or for a walk where the grass is longer than a typical lawn. You can never be too careful when it comes to tick protection. And I don't want to go over our time either. And I had a bunch more about citronella. So look up citronella as well. That's another thing this customer would like. TerraShield and citronella to apply to her dogs so they don't get tick borne illnesses, as well as bringing them into the house and getting them onto her cats or onto her and her husband. So citronella and TerraShield, definitely you want to pay attention to those. And remember to use your mineral sunscreen to avoid toxic ingredients like oxybenzone. That chemical has been found in numerous sunscreens. So look at your labels when you're purchasing a sunscreen. And doTERRA has some sun care products, which are very, very safe. And The oxybenzone has been found in blood, breast milk, and urine samples weeks after discontinuing the use of the sunscreen. It's considered a penetration enhancer, meaning it can help other chemicals absorb through the skin. And it's also linked to allergies, hormone disruption, cell damage, and potentially low birth weight in baby girls whose mothers are exposed during pregnancy to that sunscreen ingredient. Furthermore, it may be harmful to marine life and coral reefs. Hawaii was the first state in the US to ban sunscreens containing oxybenzone and octinoxate. So we want you to be able to make informed decisions when it comes to your health and wellness. Anytime you have questions, Google them and go with your healthy gut. And thank goodness doTERRA makes it even easier to trust our guts for life choices. So remember, our next Fun Zoom will be August 9th, 10 a.m. So I'm going to stop the recording now so that we can hear some personal questions off screen along with some testimonies we might not be able to say on social media. Thanks so much for listening.